गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः. First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmati Guru Path Padma Nitila Preshta Jagat Guru Shishwan Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Triandi Swami Shishwan Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj Ji, Naam Nishta Santa Shri Aniruddha Das Prabhu Ji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, please accept my humble obeisances. So we are now reading Bhagavad-gita as it is, chapter 7, verse number 3. First we'll read the version of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Ji, Bhagavad-gita as it is. Manushyanam sahastreshu kaschit yati siddhe yatatam abhisiddhanam kaschinmam veti tatvataha. Manushyanam of men, sahastreshu out of many thousands, kaschit someone, yatati endeavors, siddhaye for perfection, yatatam of those so endeavoring, api indeed, siddhanam of those who have achieved perfection, kaschit someone, mam me, vetti does know, tatvata in fact. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. There are various grades of men, and out of many thousands, one may be sufficiently interested in transcendental realization to try to know what is the self, what is the body, and what is the absolute truth. Generally, mankind is simply engaged in the animal propensities, namely eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. Hardly anyone is interested in transcendental knowledge. The first six chapters of the Gita are meant for those who are interested in transcendental knowledge, in understanding the self, the super self, and the process of realization by Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and discrimination of the self from matter. However, Krishna can be known only by persons who are in Krishna consciousness. Other transcendentalists may achieve impersonal Brahman realization, for this is easier than understanding Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Person, but at the same time, he is beyond the knowledge of Brahma and Paramatma. The yogis and jnanis are confused in their attempts to understand Krishna. Although the greatest of the impersonalists, Sripad Shankaracharya, has admitted in his Gita commentary that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his followers do not accept Krishna as such, for it is very difficult to know Krishna, even though one has transcendental realization of impersonal Brahman. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes, the primeval Lord Govinda. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachid Ananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. It is very difficult for the non-devotees to know him. Although non-devotees declare that the path of bhakti or devotional service is very easy, they cannot practice it. If the path of bhakti is so easy as the non-devotee class of men proclaim, then why do they take up the difficult path? Actually, the path of bhakti is not easy. The so-called path of bhakti practiced by unauthorized persons without knowledge of bhakti may be easy, but when it is practiced factually, according to the rules and regulations, the speculative scholars and philosophers fall away from the path. Srila Rupa Goswami writes in his Bhakti Rasam Sindhu 1.2.101, Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatra Vidhim Vina Aikantiki Harer Bhakti Utpata Eva Kalpate. Devotional service of the Lord that ignores the authorized Vedic literatures like the Upanishads, Puranas, and Nark Pancharatra is simply an unnecessary disturbance in society. It is not possible for the Brahman realized personalist or Paramatma realized yogi to understand Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the son of Mother Yashoda or the charioteer of Arjuna. Even the great demigods are sometimes confused about Krishna. Muhyantya Surya, Mam tu Vedana Kashyana. No one knows me as I am, the Lord says. And if one does know him, then Samahatma Sudurlabha. Such a great soul is very rare. Therefore, unless one practices devotional service to the Lord, one cannot know Krishna as he is Tatvata, even though one is a great scholar or philosopher. Only the pure devotee can know something of the inconceivable transcendental qualities in Krishna, in the cause of all causes, in his omnipotence and opulence, and in his wealth, fame, strength, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. Because Krishna is benevolently inclined to his devotees. He is the last word in Brahman realization, and the devotees alone can realize him as he is. Therefore, it is said, Atah Shri Krishna Namadina Bhavet Grajyam Indriyai Sevan Mukhe Jivado Swayameva Swaratyada. No one can understand Krishna as he is by the blunt material senses, but he reveals himself to the devotees, being pleased with them for their transcendental loving service unto him. Bhakti Rasam Sindhu 1.2.34. Now reading Srila Gurudev's version of the Gita, chapter 7, text 3. मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मां वेति तत्त्वतः. Sahasreshu, among thousands, Manushanam of men, Kashchit, someone, Yatati, endeavors, Siddhaye, for perfection, Api, yet even, Yatatam, of those who endeavor, Siddhanam, and attain perfection, Kashchit, some rare person, Vetti, knows, Mam, me, Tatvata, in truth. Among thousands of men, one may endeavor for perfection, and among those who attain perfection, it is rare for even one to know my Sarup in truth. Even Gyanis and Yogis who are endowed with the symptoms described in the previous 6 chapters rarely obtain knowledge of me complete with Vigyan. Saying this, Sri Bhagavan speaks about Vigyan, realization of him in this shloka, beginning with the word Manushyanam. Among countless jivas, one becomes a human being, and among thousands of humans, one of them tries to attain the ultimate goal of life. Among thousands who make such an endeavor, it is rare for one to know in truth. It is rare for one to know in truth and to have direct realization of my Sham Sundar Murdari form. The conclusion is that the bliss one experiences by realization of Savishesh Brahma is thousands of times greater than the bliss experienced by realizing the Vishesh Brahma. Sarartha Vashni Prakashika Vritti. In this shloka, Bhagavan is showing that Bhagavad Gyan is extremely rare. In Srimad Bhagavatam 6th canto 14th chapter verse 5, this has been described. Muktanam abhisiddhanam narayana parayana sudurlabha prashantatma kotishvapi mahamuni. O Mahamuni, among millions of such liberated and perfected persons, a bhakta of Narayan who is very peaceful is extremely rare. Even more rare than such Aishwaryamaya bhaktas of Sri Narayan who are attracted to his majesty are the Madhurya Parayan bhaktas of Sri Krishna. The bliss derived from tasting the sweetness of Sri Krishna is millions of times greater than the Brahmananda, the bliss of Brahma. Also in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.25, Brahmanando bhavet esha cheta parardha gunikritaha naiti bhakti sukham bodhe paramanu tulamapi. Even when the bliss of Brahma is multiplied by the number of days in Brahma's lifespan, it still cannot be compared to a single particle of the pleasure of tasting the merit of Sri Krishna's sweetness. This is also stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 7.84 and 85. Verse number 4. भूमिरापो नलो वायु खम मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहंकारी इत्यं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा. Bhumi, earth, Apaha, water, Analaha, fire, Vayu, air, Kham, ether, Manaha, mind, Buddhi, intelligence, Eva, certainly, Cha, and Ahankara, false ego, Iti, thus, Iyam, all these, Me, my, Bhinna, separated, Prakriti, energies, Ashtada, eightfold. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Altogether, these eight constitute my separated material energies. The science of God analyzes the constitutional position of God and his diverse energies. Material nature is called Prakriti, or the energy of the Lord in his different Purusha incarnations, expansions, as described in the Satvat Tantra. विष्णुस्तु त्रीणि रूपाणि पुरुषाख्यानि अतो अथो विदु. एकं तु महता स्रष्टुर, द्वितीयं तु अंड संस्थितं, तृतीयं सर्वभूतस्थं, तानि ज्ञात्वा विमुच्यते. For material creation, Lord Krishna's plenary expansion assumes three Vishnus. The first one, Mahavishnu, creates the total material energy known as the Mahatattva. The second, Garbhodakasha Vishnu, enters into all the universes to create a diversity in each of them. The third Karnodaksha Vishnu is diffused as the all-pervading supersoul in all the universes and is known as Paramatma. He is present even within the atoms. Anyone who knows these three Vishnus can be liberated from material entanglement. This material world is a temporary manifestation of one of the energies of the Lord. All the activities of the material world are directed by these three Vishnu in expansions of Lord Krishna. These Purushas are called incarnations. Generally, one who does not know the science of God, Krishna, assumes that this material world is for the enjoyment of the living entities and that the living entities are the Purushas, the causes, controllers, and enjoyers of the material energy. According to Bhagavad-gita, this aesthetic conclusion is false. According to Bhagavad-gita, this atheistic conclusion is false. In the verse under discussion, it is stated that Krishna is the original cause of the material manifestation. Srimad Bhagavatam also confirms this. The ingredients of the material manifestation are separated energies of the Lord. Even the Brahma Jyoti, which is the ultimate goal of the impersonalist, is a spiritual energy manifested in the spiritual sky. There are no spiritual diversities in the Brahma Jyoti as there are in the Vaikuntha Lokas, and the impersonalist accepts this Brahma Jyoti as the ultimate eternal goal. The Paramatma manifestation is also a temporary, all pervasive aspect of Thirudaksha Vishnu. The Paramatma manifestation is not eternal in the spiritual world. Therefore, the factual absolute truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. He is the complete energetic person and he possesses different separated and internal energies. In the material energy, the principal manifestations are eight, as above mentioned. Out of these, the first five manifestations, namely earth, water, fire, air, and sky, are called the five gigantic creations or the gross creations, within which the five sense objects are included. They are the manifestation of physical sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. Material science comprises these 10 items and nothing more. But the more but the other three items, namely mind, intelligence, and false ego, are neglected by the materialist. Philosophers who deal with mental activities are also not perfect in knowledge because they do not know the ultimate source Krishna. The false ego I am and it is mine, which constitute the basic principle of material existence, includes 10 sense organs for material activities. Intelligence refers to the total material creation called the Mahatattva. Therefore, from the eight separated energies of the Lord are manifest the 24 elements of the material world, which are the subject matter of Sankhya atheistic philosophy. They are originally offshoots from Krishna's energies and are separated from him. But atheistic Sankhya philosophers with a poor fund of knowledge do not know Krishna as the cause of all causes. The subject matter for discussion in the Sankhya philosophy is only the manifestation of the external energy of Krishna as it is described in the Bhagavad Gita. Reading from Sri Gurudev's version, Sloka 4. भूमिरापो नलो वायु खम मनो बुद्धिर्व च अहंकारीत्यम में भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टदा. Iyam, this Prakriti energy, may of mind, has Ashtada, eightfold, Bhinna, divisions, iti as follows: Bhumi, earth, Apaha, water, Anala, fire, Vayu, air, Kham, ether, Manaha, mind, Buddhi, intelligence, Cha, and Eva, certainly, Ahankaraha, false ego. My external material energy has eight divisions: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Sarartha. In relation to bhakti, the word jnana indicates only the Aishwarya Jnana of Sri Bhagavan. It does not indicate Atma Jnana. Hence, in this shloka, beginning with the word Bhumi, and in the next shloka, he is delineating his Aishwarya Jnana by explaining his spiritual para and material apara energies. The word Bhumi Adi, earth, etc., indicates the five material elements, Pancha Mahabhuta, along with their respective subtle elements such as fragrance. The word ahankar, false ego, refers to their effects, the senses and their cause, the Mahatattva. Since the intelligence and the mind are prominent among these elements, they have been mentioned separately. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur quotes Krishna as saying, knowledge of my Swarupa and my Ishwar is called Bhagavad Gyan. It is described in this way. I, the Supreme Absolute Reality Sri Krishna, am always situated in my Swarupa and possess uh, all energy, Shakti is in full. Brahma is only a featureless, nirvishesh expression of my Shakti and does not have a form, Swarupa. The existence of Brahma is based on the concept of negating the created world. Paramatma is also a partial manifestation of my energy in this world. In fact, he is a reality specifically related to the temporary material world and does not have an eternal Swarupa. Bhagavad Swarup is my only eternal feature and has two types of Shakti. One Shakti is called Bhairanga or Maya Shakti, the external energy. Since it is the cause, mother of the inert world, it is also called Apara Shakti. One should understand the number of elements in this Apara Shakti related to inert matter. The five gross elements earth, water, fire, air, and ether are called Mahabhuta, gross elements. Smell, taste, form, touch, and sound are their respective qualities. Hence, there are 10 elements. You should understand that the senses are the active elements initiated by the element of false ego or ahankar, and that Mahatattva is their cause. The mind and intelligence have been mentioned as separate elements because of their prominent and distinctive functions among the group of elements. But in fact, they are one. This entire group is all part of my external energy. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpataruvesya kripa sindhubhyo cha paridanam pavane vaišnavabhyo namo namaha.